Hey y'all, welcome to the Figure Spotlight, and today we're going to be unboxing the League of Legends Unlock Series Miss Fortune. It's right here, very cool. I hope you guys are excited as I am, but this is the newest Unlock Series that you can get at Riot Games. So just like any of my other figures, we're going to do the unboxing so you can check this figure out. Before we get started though, just so everyone here knows, you know, if you haven't met me before, my name's Aaron and I'm a collector. I love collecting video games, I like collecting cards, I like collecting figures, I love watching anime, I love all that kind of stuff, but I will probably share mainly figures on this channel. So if you do like that stuff, definitely hit that subscribe. If you have any questions, write it in the chat box below. And if you could, I would love a thumbs up if this helps you decide if you're going to purchase one of these in the future, or if you just like my video in general. I would really appreciate it. So we're going to get started now, and we're going to check out this figure. So just like with any of my figures here, we always start with the box and we check it out. And then we will then unbox it and check out the figure up closely so you can see some of the details of this figure. And then hopefully at the end, you know, if this is a great figure that you want, you would purchase one. So hopefully this is a great video that helps you decide that, okay? So let's begin, starting with the exterior of the box. Let's begin. So here is the Miss Fortune box, a really nice box that comes with this figure. As you can see here, this box is kind of smaller compared to some of my other Unlock series because, well, obviously Miss Fortune isn't like a big, large figure where it's, you know, has other things like Braum, you know, he has a big shield he holds. But, you know, Miss Fortune is in a smaller box, so I'll point that out for all of you. Now, when you see the front of Miss Fortune here, on this box, you're going to see the artwork that is designed for Miss Fortune, kind of in black and gray, and that's what the figure is going to look like. Also, you're going to see here there's some green that goes all the way around the box, and it says Miss Fortune Unlocked. In the corner over here, we have the number series for the set. She is number 16 in the Unlock series. So really cool. So moving over to the side, you're going to see here at the top a marksman emblem. This is kind of like AD carry for the character in the game. Then you're going to have here, it says Miss Fortune Unlocked with the number 16 in the background with the green going across. And at the bottom here is the title. She is the Bounty Hunter, which is a great title for Miss Fortune. So moving over to the back. So on the back of this box here, it just says League of Legends where the green goes across. And then at the bottom there's some more basic information, I guess you could say, where it talks about, you know, where you can get this at merch.riotgames.com. So besides that, the other side is pretty much the same as the other side that we saw earlier. And then at the top here, this is where she is from. I kind of know what this is. I just never remember the names off the top of my head, so I'll post it on the screen here so you can see. And then that is it for the box. So we're going to go ahead and unbox this figure. So I got my handy knife. It has not been opened yet. So let's check this out together, guys. Alright. So when you open the box, you're going to be introduced to Riot Games and League of Legends right there in the corner. You can see there. Look at that. Also, you'll see that Riot Games red card. It pops out really nice. And I'll point that out here in a second for anyone who's new and doesn't know what that is. So with every figure, you know, they all come in a nice protective casing. This is designed for, you know, when they ship it out, they try to keep it protected so it doesn't get damaged, which is nice. Let's start with this card first. So this card right here is a Riot card to authenticate that this is a real product from Riot Games. And as you can see here, I'll show you up close, just, you know, if you can see, card of authenticity. You would go to that website, there's a code underneath my finger there, you would put that in, and you would be able to check and make sure this is not a fake product, basically. Highly recommend keeping this with your figures if you ever do decide to sell it. You know, it's part of the collection for this and to make sure and verify the product. Now, a cool thing about this here is it feels like a nice credit card. It's not like a cheap card or anything like that. It's very sturdy. So really cool. Definitely keep it. If I were all of you and you're collecting, I would keep this with the plastic, put it in there, and put it in the box and store the box away. That's what I would do personally. Alright, let's get into opening Miss Fortune. You can see her here. Look at that. She is wrapped in some nice plastic there to protect her as well. Let's see if there's any tape. No tape on one side, so it should just open up. Just like that. Alright, here we go. Moments of truth. And take this nice plastic off, and kaboom! Miss Fortune is here! I've been waiting for this. You know, I almost purchased this, you know, out of state, and I was going to pay extra money just to do a video on this, and they just happened to post this, you know, the next week when I was about to do that. So I'm totally happy that I waited, and I saved so much money. Just so everyone knows, talking about price point on these figures for the Unlock series, these are around $75 usually, plus tax and shipping. So keep that in mind. So you're probably looking about spending maybe around $100 for one of these figures. So I just wanted to point that out before we actually dive in and look at everything close. Just looking at it, I love the smoke. That is awesome. It is really neat. Ooh, her hair and her look and just her stance. Looks great. I'm sure you guys can see it in camera right now in front of me. Awesome. Totally already accept this figure. Should be in your collection, especially if you guys play League of Legends. And also, if you main Miss Fortune, I think you should have this. I used to play Miss Fortune pretty often because it was a fun character. I love her ultimate. I wouldn't main her as my favorite aided carry, but she is pretty cool. So let's move on into the close-up shots. So let's check her out, and so you guys can see some cool things. And this is my first time looking at it, so you're gonna see my live, you know, honest opinions right off the bat. So we're gonna start off with her gun, since it's the first thing that's the tallest from her. So we're gonna work our way up, or start from the top and work our way down. Alright, so here we go. Here is Miss Fortune, guys. We're going to start with the smoke on the gun. Now, you may not be able to see this in camera, and I'm going to try my best to show you. But the smoke looks really cool only because it's actually transparent. It's kind of a very light whitish gray, and it's transparent, which is really cool. Not sure if you guys can see the transparency. I'm trying to get it on camera so you can see. But it is transparent, which is nice. So moving on to her gun. So we got one of her guns here, or her pistol, whatever you want to call it. You're going to see some gold. Looks like some green and bluish color, or maybe kind of a green-gray. You're going to see that right there on here, and you're going to see all the gold accenting it. Then you're going to see a part of her gun right there. It's in some kind of metallic color with the gold tip at the end, which is nice. I like how they detailed where the position here where she pulls it back to fire it. So moving on to her face and her head. So we have that pirate hat design. You can see there is a heart. Pretty neat. It's gold right there in the middle. Looking at it closely, I can see some gold flakes. Let me look at it real quick just to double check on what's going on there. I don't know if that's paint splatter or if that will come off. So yeah, I have a little bit of like maybe paint splatter on there, and that's unfortunate. But it's not like it's terrible. It's not really that hard to see. I have the my bright white light shining on it right now, so it's kind of showing that right now. But you can kind of see that gold, so hopefully you guys don't have that like I do. You guys can tell me in the comments below if you guys have something similar. But not too bad. So then you can see on her hat, it is got gold going around it, which is pretty nice. And then on the top of her hat, you can see here, it's just the same color as the rest of the hat. It's kind of like a matte paint. Now going to her face. We got this really cool looking hair that's going on. It kind of looks like it's flowing in the wind of some sort, or maybe she's on the ship. A pirate ship, and the wind's just blowing it, and you can see like the flow of the hair here is going one direction. So very, very neat design in her hair flow. It is all it does have some color shading in it. It's mainly I could say like a dark red, or some sort of red shade, but there's two different shades of red. So if you look at the back of her hair, you can see some additional colors. It's kind of like a dark red, a light red, but you'll see it there. It's trying to give it that effect that it's not just one paint, so which is pretty cool. Her head and her eyes. Let's look at her face. And you can see here she has green eyes, got pink on her lips there, and overall nothing too crazy, but she's got a good expression on her face. All right, so then we're gonna go to her main body now, and you're gonna see here that it's kind of a matte black with gold. And you're going to see also part of her clothing, or cloth, I guess you could say, it's white, which goes part up to her arms. You can see on the back of her arms there, which goes to the back here. You can see it kind of goes around here, around her boobs, I guess you could say, right? And then it goes into this kind of like armor protective, that matte black that I was talking about. Now moving on down to her, her pants. It's very, very texturized, I guess you could say, or a lot of detail in it. My favorite thing is actually this right here. It's kind of braided, kind of like when you think of like a shoelace or something like that. But it's nicely braided in matte black with gold finishes on that. It looks really cool, actually. It's on both sides. I never even didn't even think about that when I purchased it, but it looks really cool in person. So that's one of my favorite details of Miss Fortune, is just that design there. Her boots are pretty cool. They're kind of big and tall. As you can see, there's some gold, neat designs, which I actually like, which is right here. It kind of goes around her boot, which is really cool with the gold. You got also gold on the bottom of her foot as well. So her boot is mainly just black, so besides with the gold accents. The other gun here is kind of the same thing as you saw, but the smoke is floating towards upwards, after she fired it. But that is also is transparent as well. So on her belt, I didn't talk about her belt at all, but her belt is black and gold, as shown. You can see here, you can see the buckle, you can see there's some design on the belt, and it goes all the way around. It's just black and gold. So nothing too special there on that. I do want to point out that I do have a little bit of black pointing out, so they didn't do too well on making sure this is painted as good as some of the other ones. It looks like there's some gold right here on the matte black. So whoever did paint mine, or if it was just a factory issue, not too bad. It's not that noticeable in person. If you just put it on, if you're displaying it, you're not going to see it that easily. But up close on camera with the light shining bright straight on it, it is kind of noticeable. Another cool thing that I like is her stand. As you can see here, it's a heart shape, kind of looks like a skull. You can see like the two eyes right here. And then you have like teeth, and it's shaped into a heart, but kind of like a skull. And you kind of think of like it as a pirate themed skull, but in a heart shape, which is pretty cool, which fits Miss Fortune pretty well. If you've ever seen some of her skins or the way she runs, and you'll see maybe the hearts following her, and the heart theme goes really well with Miss Fortune, which is nice. So besides that is Miss Fortune, everyone. I hope you got to enjoy that. I love it. I love the original skins and the original artworks of these characters. The additional skins, like Arcade Miss Fortune, they're cool and all, but for the original skin and look of these figures, I love it because it's what the original characters were designed off of, and I think it's great to display and showcase in front of all your friends, in your collection, or if it's on your desk, or whatever the case is of your favorite characters. So hopefully this video helps you guys in deciding on purchasing Miss Fortune. I do want to do a couple last things before ending the video. I do want to weigh it so you guys have the weight information of Miss Fortune, and also measure how tall she is, okay? Alright, so got the scale out. We're going to go ahead and measure her. We're going to put her, we're going to do it in pounds. So it's set on pounds, let's set it. Alright, so Miss Fortune weighs 0.665 pounds, so just a little over half a pound. So not too heavy figure at all, so this is something I would be careful with when you display it. Don't drop it or anything like that. You could probably break it pretty easy, so it doesn't weigh too much. So let's now check out the weight, or not the weight, the height, and measure how tall she is. So if anyone needs to know. So up to the gun, it is about, let's just say about almost 13 inches. That's how tall Miss Fortune is with the gun up to the smoke there. So I just wanted to point that out for anyone who needs that information. If you have any other questions about Miss Fortune, or if you guys have any questions on this figure specifically, write it in the comments below. I'll try to answer them to the best way I can. Also, if you want to get your hands on one of these, I will put the link in the information below where you can purchase this, and I believe it's only for North America for purchasing those, because that's the link for their site. I know they do offer League of Legends website and merch in other countries. Maybe you want to check that out and see if that's something you can get there that can ship to your place. So either way, very cool figure. I do, with this minor things that had on it, I would still recommend it for any of the Miss Fortune lovers out there, if this is your main character or anything like that. So anyways, that is it, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you have a question, write it below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.